Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. We are now firmly past the days of stability improvements across all modes being the only information we got in the patch notes for zombies for Black Ops 4. We are long past it because 2 days ago on November 13th, we had 60 plus zombies crash fixes all listed. Glorious. And today, November 15th, there's another update and there's even more crash fixes in there. Now, one thing that I want to quickly mention before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video is that it's really interesting that the crash fixes that they're listing are all like specific events in game to do with certain triggers in the maps. So for example, it might be like a homunculus despawning, or it might be you standing near a certain trigger for a certain Easter egg, or you buying a certain gun or getting a certain gun out of the mystery box, and things like that. Players disconnecting at certain times, you going down with certain perks, all sorts of stuff. But there hasn't really been much talk from what I've seen so far about the crashes that seem to happen when you're just running around the map doing nothing in particular and the game just dies. Like, I have had so many crashes, and I even had one today where nothing really happened in my game, and yet I just crashed randomly. Like, the game just decided to die. I even had one today where I was in a rush game, the host left, the game didn't host migrate. I guess they just still haven't got host migration in zombies properly sorted yet. And instead of just kicking me back to the main menu, the game crashed, it froze my entire PS4, and I had to hard reset it. Like, that was a bad one. But it's just interesting that those kind of miscellaneous general crashes don't seem to have been mentioned just yet. I guess that's something that they're still working on. Anyway, what I wanted to focus on in this video were a couple of things that were changed in the patches that were not mentioned in the patch notes, because as I've always mentioned, my Discord server gets straight to work every time there's a patch to find all the kind of hidden things that they've squeezed into the game. But also, I wanted to make note of the kind of speed cola controversy that I've seen people talking about in the last 2 days. So, TREYARCH added speed cola into the game as a modifier, and that means that if you buy all 4 perks in your game, on your 4th perk, you would normally get a modifier, because that's in your modifier slot. Whatever the tonic perk is, that's what you get the modifier for. And for just an example, I've got Black Ops 4 up behind me. You can see Stamina Up's modifier is unlimited full sprint, and the player can fire weapons while sprinting. And there's a modifier for every single perk. It just means that you have to have it in that 4th slot if you want to get it. Now, what TREYARCH did in this November 13th update is they added Speed Cola and essentially increased weapon reload speed once you had all 4 perks, which was really cool. Super good quality of life change. Previously, I was assuming there was a way to just get Speed Cola in the game, but then as time went by, it was like, wow, they literally just forgot to add Speed Cola, dang. But then they added it in this patch and basically said, hey guys, I guess we messed this one up. Here is some Speed Cola for you all, basically for free once you buy your perks, which is great, really good stuff. But people noticed basically straight away, and I saw a really good video from Queen on this, that the Speed Cola that you were getting wasn't always actually that good. And by that, and I don't want to sound like ungrateful, but by that I mean that when you compare it to Black Ops 3, the speed just wasn't the same for an unknown reason, right? So you would, for example, have the ray gun in Black Ops 4, you'd be firing your ray gun and you'd reload it with this speed cola, and you compare it to the Black Ops 3 version, and the BO3 version would finish like 2 seconds faster. Like 2 actual seconds faster. Like a kind of negligible amount of time quicker in BO3 compared to in BO4, and we just don't know why. And so people were talking about it and saying that they basically just nerfed the hell out of Speed Cola before giving it to us. And the thing that I thought was really interesting is TREYARCH actually responded to all those people today. They've basically explained why they have nerfed Speed Cola in Black Ops 4 Zombies. They said, this week in Zombies, we introduced a modifier to the perk system, which previously was lovingly known as Speed Cola, and it increases your weapon reload speed. In Black Ops 4, the modifier adds a 33% reload speed improvement. When combined with fast mags or hybrid mags, it will have a combined effect of a 50% increase, which is the same as the highest increase in previous games. This preserves the role of these weapon attachments in creating the quickest handling guns in each weapon class. Additionally, we wanted to ensure the reload modifiers from certain pack-a-punch versions of weapons are still meaningful, which stack with the new speed cola tuning values. As always, we will continue to monitor game balance and continue to make adjustments as necessary. So it's really good to see that they're going to continue to monitor this in case we decide that it's just not working out for us, essentially. But I think that it's kind of fair enough the way that they've decided to do this. I see their kind of point of view with this change. It's just interesting that they're basically saying it's 33% or 50% with hybrid mags, but then when we compare it to BO3, it is just still slower. So does that mean that they just want the ray gun to reload slower? Like, do they think that the ray gun needs a slower reload? I mean, the ray gun is a very specific weapon, right? It's not like there are any other weapons in its weapon class. You can't really compare it to any other gun, I would say. And so it's just curious to me that they've decided that, like, that gun needs to just reload slower in Black Ops 4. And other weapons as well just need to have that kind of slower feel to them. I think it kind of is a really representative example of one of the things that Treyarch's done in this game, and that's they've taken the previous zombies formula that they had in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2, etc., of like trying to make you as overpowered as possible. And we especially saw that in Black Ops 3 with the alternate ammo types. They were very strong, and also in the Gobblegum system, right? And they've kind of seen that, and even like the hats that you can get in some of the maps, they've seen that and gone, you know what? We just don't really want the player to be that powerful in Black Ops 4. Like, we want to give them power, but nowhere near as much as we had in that game. And so they've really scaled things back, and I think that this speed cola change kind of falls into that same category. Whether that was the right decision or not is not something that I'm really judging right now, simply because of the fact that I haven't played many games with speed cola in my game just yet, so I can't really talk about whether I think it's tragic or if it's amazing just yet. I love the fact that it's been put into the game. I think that's fantastic, and they've actually listened to feedback there. It's obviously a shame that it did get leaked, though. Now then, that's not all that's in the patch. I thought that that was just a good message that Treyarch shared there about their reasoning. Do you guys think that that's good reasoning, or do you think that they should speed it up? Let me know in the comments down below. The other bits and bobs that I wanted to get to have largely been fueled by a guy called Hex from my Discord server. If you go to discord.gg/waffles, you can jump into my server, join the Zombies Talk channel, and when there's a patch, we can chat about what you found that's new. Hex has found a couple of things, and has done a great job here. Firstly, when you go to that perk selection screen in the creator class menu, it now says on the modifier slot for every single perk, right at the end, weapon reload speed is increased. So they've actually added that little message in there so you know that speed cola is coming, which is good. It's just a good small tweak. Another cool thing that they've done is make the kill counter on your weapon much more clear. So before, kill counters were essentially just little scratches into your gun, and they really basically were just invisible. Like, they were really pretty trash. Now, this is a screenshot from Hex that I'm showing you on screen right now. You can see that your kill counter has a little window where it appears. It's like digital text, and it's actually lit up. So you can chuck dark matter on a gun, for example, and still super clearly see that kill counter. Now, before the November 13th update, max ammos would not work on guns that had kill counters on them. There was a bug, which would mean that you'd try and buy ammo for your Strife or your Mog or whatever, and you wouldn't get any ammo back from it, and you wouldn't get any from max ammos either, but that has now apparently been fixed. However, sadly, kill counters still don't show up properly on all weapons, so you can load into your game with a kill counter on a Strife, and you just mysteriously won't be able to see it. That's something that I think Treyarch still need to work on. Also, high round crashing is definitely still a problem. Like, definitely still a problem. People are crashing before round 100, still. So, Treyarch, please fix. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I still crash a bunch in theater. That one's obviously much less high priority, so I'm fine with that sort of still happening for now, but it would be really cool if that could get fixed at some point. I just figured I'd mention it. And also, a couple other things that I've seen people experiencing are, like, your health just randomly decreasing by 5 every tick to 0 after your shield breaks. That happened to Steve in a high round game, and that was just mean, man. It was just really mean, or at least I think it was Steve. And another one that I've seen is you'll be 200 HP, and you'll have like half a shield left, and then the shield will just instantly lose all its health, and you'll go down. Like, it's like you take a nuke of damage, and I don't know why it happens. And it has happened to me on stream, in fact, in one of my high round games that I did, and I mean, it was just like, well, There was zero I could do just then to fix that. Zero I could do to prevent it at all. TREYARCH, please fix. Also, is it intentional for zombies to run around nuke drops? Because that pathing is super weird. Like, zombies pathing in Black Ops 4 is kind of a bit weird, right? It's just a little bit strange. But that particular point is hella weird. Like, if there's a nuke drop just sitting there, zombies will run around it. Like, they don't want to grab the nuke. Like, I don't know why that happens. It's just bizarre to me. I guess maybe it's a feature? Like, maybe they implemented that as, like, a quality of life thing? But personally, I just don't get it, I guess. The specific notes that they added today for zombies were that they fixed the crash when players disconnected using the chakram, when the Blightfather performed its tracking missile attack, when using Anywhere But Here, when using the chakram throw, and when homunculi died. Homunculi? Homunculuses? One of those. When also fighting the Destroyer during the main quest, they fixed the crash. When completing the Arena Rock side quest, which I assume is the one where they play the air guitar. When enemies spawn during the Ra Obelisk step, and also some general stuff in Blood of the Dead where ambient music would get interrupted upon round changes. Now, one thing that I have seen a lot of people having problems with is the Destroyer Ra Obelisk step in the main quest Easter egg. If you, like, kill all those Destroyers at the same time, or in too quick a succession, their souls, like, don't go to Ra, and Ra never burns the symbols onto the statue, onto the obelisk, for you to follow and do the next part of the egg. Like, you just don't get that happening. So that's a real bad bug as well, because that rips your game entirely. Once again, TREYARCH, please fix. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap the video up there. Just wanted to get some kind of little bits of feedback in, as well as some info about Speed Cola being nerfed in Black Ops 4, and also kill counters being changed and stuff like that. Thanks for watching. Jump in the Discord server if you want to discuss this further with my community. I've been MrRoflWaffles. Leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.